Previously on PolyArmoury.
I am Nick, and I will be playing D. Laska. D is motivated mostly by one thing, money. They are a non-binary changeling who's definitely self-interested and hesitant to take advantage of people around them, but also kind of fallen in with the gang and developed a little bit of a soft spot for them.
I'm James. I'm playing Skitata the Warlock, who was a half-elf warrior who got possessed by an archfey.
I'm Becky. I'm going to be playing as Dusty the Barbarian. He's a dust paragenasi. A genasi is similar to a tiefling in that they've been touched by a different plane, except instead of catching demon, like the tieflings did, genasi caught an elemental plane. And a paragenasi is from a paraplane, which is an overlap of two different ones. So in Dusty's case, air and earth.
I'm Laura Kate Dale, and I'm going to be playing Brilmara Ironthor. Brilmara was born in the depths of the earth as a grey dwarf, or a Duragar. Bit of a reckless magic user from a young age. Wasn't really interested in what other people were interested in, just wanted to get more powerful. Power for power's sake is amazing. Felt like some control in her life, because being powerful is great. Initially, got her powers from a great old one that feasted on nightmares.
Dendar.
Yeah, Dendar.
Friend of the show, Dendar.
Friend of the show, Dendar. Serpent that feasts on nightmares, and was like, hey, I'll worship you and your nightmare snake for some powers. And then, oops, took some drugs once and stopped having nightmares, and now the snake is angry.
Snake is very angry.
Snake is very angry that Brilmara stopped having nightmares.
And you have been charged with dealing with the drug issue.
So I have to deal with that to get back in the good graces of my snake god. But for now, I have a different kind of magic. I'm a dab wizard. I got dab magic. I do dabs, and magic comes out of my fingers.
It's true.
Because I am trash.
Our PolyArmoury requisition patrol of the Skitata and Dusty have been charged to go and pick up a very special sword from Balroth the Unsettling. The three of you find yourself in a fairly sizable dungeon. Having got into the main throne room chamber, you are greeted by a slightly uncomfortable sight because there appear to be two people handing over some cash for the sword you need.
What brings you here? How did you get past my guard even? What do you want?
Pretty sure that we want the same thing as your other friends here.
Oh, I see. You're right here about the sword, are you?
We are.
Another interested party has stepped forward.
You can take their money, but we're gonna take that sword.
We got here first. It's our sword now.
I'm sure it is. Or you can change your mind. You can deal with us, and I'm sure that we'll have lots more money coming your way in the future.
They are gonna pull out a heavy club.
You really don't want to do that.
Bloody children. You think they could do proper adult business and they've never been so insulted.
Dusty is going to take a swing square for his skull.
There is this sickening crunch, and his brains just launch out of his ears. As you start heading to the door, you hear the most almighty bang outside. Everybody is standing up except the Duragar, who plants further face first into the floor. You're all basically just sprinting down this corridor. There's bangs. You can sort of hear shouting in the distance and screaming. It sounds like the whole town is under attack. And as you finally get to the front door, there's a few soldiers that work for Balroth staggering around, sort of running around in like headless chickens trying to work out exactly what to do. You head out of the main door and the town is just decimated. Balls of fire are just being thrown across this side of the larger cavern that holds this town in. D and Skitata, you can see maybe 7 or 8 humans dressed in white with some kind of blue symbol on their front. And they're throwing spells you've never seen before. As you're getting yourselves up, you can hear this sound like hooves running across the stone. All of a sudden, out of this wall of just choking smoke in front of you, you see 2 large, almost black pigs, and they are pulling a plain black carriage being driven by someone of diminutive stature. There is like a handbrake turn.
Get in, losers!
Just as you leave, this huge explosion happens exactly where you were only a moment ago. Hello, good evening, and welcome to PolyArmoury.
Yay!
We're back. We made it into a whole second episode. So, at the end of the last episode, Brilmara had turned up to save everyone. Sorry, a strange Duragar that you'd never seen before had turned up to save everyone.
I hope you enjoyed my one moment of being incompetent this series, because I spent it in episode 1.
Yeah, this is the thing of getting all your nat 20s out in the first episode, yeah?
So this isn't us starting as we mean to go on. This is us just getting it out of the way.
You know how it works in D&D. You have a good first episode that sets up your character as competent, and then they fail at everything for the rest of the season. It's how it goes.
That's just how it be.
That's how it should be.
Right. So, leaving the smell of burning flesh and on fire things that used to be a town, and whatever remains of the people you acquired the thin pointy sword of Ewemore, you are trundling away on some piggies. After a while they do start to slow down a bit, knowing that they're far enough away from danger, but I think we're okay for a while now. I think we're going to be okay, everyone.
Oh goodness. Okay, everyone alright back there?
Of course.
Good. And you didn't lose any. You got the merchandise, I'm assuming. You did what you were there to do.
Absolutely.
Smooth, efficient operation. No chaos.
Within acceptable limits of chaos.
The town was on fire, I mean...
Well, I'm assuming you didn't set the town on fire, so...
Nope. D will look sideways at the other two.
Dusty's just in a little ball.
D will pat the ball.
The ball will remember that.
Oh.
So I should probably say hi. Brilmara, hello. How are you all?
No.
Brilmara, can we have a wisdom save from you?
Yes, we can. Do you want to explain why we're doing a wisdom save?
I think you should explain it. It is your character.
Let me find my wisdom to do that save first, quickly. I can't remember what the DC I have to hit for this is. That's probably going to be a fail.
That's a fail.
I've got a 5 on a wisdom save, which is going to be a fail. So, Brilmara as a character, we've been running a homebrew bit of design for D&D. If you go to sleepyspoony.tumblr.com, they've come up with a big list of mechanical ways to represent different disabilities and things like that on characters. And Brilmara has autism rolls, which basically amount to big stressful situations will come with dice rolls that could impact a slowly growing stat that could cause problems later.
Also meeting new people.
Yeah, meeting new people is a difficult one. I believe that Brilmara gets disadvantage on insight checks against people as well. Basically, stress and overwhelming situations and new people will slowly build up a little meter if I'm not careful. So that happens when a place is on fire.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you meet new people. So, you didn't do well.
Indeed, but that's not a problem yet. That's just the beginnings of a problem. Everything's fine.
So, do you want to introduce yourselves to each other?
So yes, I'm Brilmara. I'm from the PolyArmoury. I'm not just some person out of nowhere who's come to save you from my good graces. But who are the rest of you then?
Well, I am D, and these are my lovely compatriots. This good boy is Dusty. Good boy, Dusty. And this is Skitata.
Hakuna Skitata.
What a wonderful name. So, how long have you been with the PolyArmoury then?
That is a good question. I would say that I've been with PolyArmoury for around about a year.
So yes, how long has Brilmara been with the PolyArmoury at this point?
Probably about 6 to 8 months. I mean, you weren't working there that long before the end of the first season, so...
Yeah. So apparently less time than this group.
Yeah, but look at you, heading all the way up the ranks.
Yeah.
You've gone from being lowly shop staff to being PolyArmoury requisition patrol, which is what you guys are. Basically, you go round and you collect things from dealers or from treasure hoards. You acquire nice things for the PolyArmoury head office and museum.
So I'm assuming all I know about this is that this group was sent to go get a sword, and did I know that things were going to go south with the whole everything burning down?
You have recently, because you're not, there's only one of you now.
Yes.
There's not really enough for a patrol. So you've been reassigned to the distribution of adversarial business services.
Uh-huh.
And you, this is where you now have...
Sorry. It took me just... I was like, that's an acronym. What's that an acronym of? Oh, God.
So you've been assigned to the Disruption of Adversarial Business Services Bureau. This is why you now have the stealth cart. It's blacker than the previous cart, as are your piggies.
Oh, heck, my piggies.
Yeah, and this is something that your pseudo-dragon is kind of liking, not that they'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They're going through a real emo phase at the moment since you upset your god. But we'll come back to that.
Yes, we'll get back to that in a bit. So, is it right that I've basically been sent to...
You were sent because you'd heard that there was possibly going to be another human attack?
Ah, yes, the humans.
Mm-hmm. You've seen this before, haven't you?
Yeah, this is not the first time. The humans are, not super great. Humans keep messing things up, causing all sorts of chaos.
Destroying entire towns. They seem to be on a mission to destroy everyone in the Underdark.
Goodness. Yeah, so, here I am. You're welcome. Is this your first time seeing a human attack?
Yes.
Yeah, they're vicious.
Apparently so.
Now, once again, you need to remember that and think about it just as you're going to sleep tonight. Just think about it. The last thing you do in the day, you have to think about that attack. I promise it's important to getting rescued. How was the job going before it all the human thing happened?
Textbook.
Were you all on top of it, or?
Absolutely. No issues.
The client had deliberately brought someone else because he wanted to cause a fight.
Yeah, that sounds like the Underdark, huh?
Textbook.
Yeah. Well, I hope that at the very least you made it clear to them that, that's not appropriate behaviour for people doing business with us.
We did. Right?
Tell me a bit about yourselves.
Well, let's see. I came into the business to broaden my horizons, and that's how I met these lovely folks.
That sounds oddly altruistic.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Okay, it sounds like you're doing a good thing for no reason, which sounds suspicious.
I got a job because they used to occasionally rent me in to knock things' heads off. Turns out it's cheaper to just have me knock things' heads off all the time.
I see, that sounds more like the PolyArmoury I know. Get you on payroll so that we don't have to contract someone out to knock over heads every time.
Skitata, we just found him dicking about outside. He didn't seem to have else better to do, so we just keep him around for the fireworks. He's not entirely there, but he does make good explosions.
They are very good explosions.
Yeah, I can see how that would be helpful too. So, bit about me. I did have a pact going with a god of nightmares. That's a little on the rocks at the moment, but it's fine. I've still got magic, and I've got my menagerie of wonderful animal friends that I will at some point introduce you to. There's a few of them.
The pseudo-dragon in the Minor Apothecary Courtship t-shirt just sort of snuffles and a little plume of smoke just comes out of their nose.
So yeah, I should probably introduce everyone. This is Puff.
Puff
the
snouts.
magic dragon. Little on the on the emo side right now, but they're chilling. They're good. There is my friend up here, and Brilmara is going to sort of gesture to the small amphibious creature on where are they sat? I reckon on top of Brilmara's head right now. This is Michael. Michael Newt, the minute Newt.
Michael Newt blinks with one eye, and then blinks with the other eye, and then blinks with both eyes.
D will mirror.
Did the pigs have names? I can't remember
No.
who. No.
But you can name them now if you want to.
Oh, good. Okay. This is Ruffles and Snuffles. They're best friends with anyone who offers them carrots.
I will have to procure some immediately.
They are very food motivated.
Is Ruffles the one with the nose piercing or the ear piercing?
Ruffles with the nose. Here's the thing. Snuffles seems like it would make most sense for the nose one, and that's why I didn't want to do it. I wanted to resist the obvious Snuffles. That's the thing that noses do.
Solved.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, they trundle on. You trundle on for many hours just chatting and getting to know each other. But it's getting kind of late and the piggies are going to need a rest. So you're going to press on or try and find somewhere to camp for the night?
I think we try and find somewhere to camp for the night.
There wouldn't happen to be anywhere. Where are we exactly?
You are currently maybe 6 hours out of Mamesbury.
Right.
So we'd be pulling an all-nighter if we tried to keep going. That's rarely a good idea. Being sleep-deprived is not a good idea when you could have a short and or long rest.
Very true.
Especially since there was combat last episode.
I'm wondering if we would know if there's any potential lodging around here.
There is bugger all around here. It's just winding caves all the way to Mordtown.
Gotcha.
So yeah, unless anyone has any objections and reasons to sort of brings anything up, Brilmara is just going to sort of find a quiet spot just off the beaten path to sort of pull the cart up.
Okay, so you pull the cart up. You want to offer everyone a chance to grab packs and things out of the back, feed the piggies from the big old sack o' carrots.
Dusty has the Wanderer trait from his Outlander background, which roughly translates to he can get food and water for himself and up to 5 other people every day.
Handy.
That's how many people we have.
Right, so let's just assume that we don't have to eat anymore because he's going to go and lick some rocks.
Mushrooms and glowing lichen for everyone.
Brilmara is going to use Speak with Animals just to let the pigs know, hey, if you're quiet and don't give away that we're here, there will be extra carrots in it for you.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
A carrot is given to the very quiet piggy.
They try to eat quietly, but all so fast, and then you can see that there is a lot of fighting going on within the brain of just want to scarf down carrots, but also want more carrots.
Indeed. Brilmara will be patting both of them on the head. Very well done.
Raffles and Stubbles try their best to enjoy carrot and head scritch and not make too much noise.
I'm very proud of both of these pigs.
D would like to watch.
Have carrots.
Yeah, you are welcome to help with the feeding of the carrots if you would like.
Hey.
Dusty's going to keep to himself. He's still not happy.
No, what's wrong? Brilmara will head over and just go, oh, everyone doing all right? Anyone need anything before we clock out for the night?
That god of yours. Nightmares, you say?
Something like that, yeah.
Need any spares?
Yeah, I could actively do with spare nightmares. Excess nightmares would be good right now. I'm having to pay off a bit of a nightmare deficit.
Well, that's the 3rd town I've seen reduced to nothing but dead bodies, so I think I'll be alright for him tonight.
Okay, well, all I ask, favour to me, as you're falling asleep, think about a nightmarish snake god somewhere down in the depths, because, try and link the nightmare to the snake. I'm sure that'll help it to, like have it signed that this is one of my nightmares. I think that's how this works.
When you say nightmare debt, or deficit, I believe you said.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Okay, I'll give you the short version. I like power, so I said, hey, big nightmare snake god, I will take power in exchange for nightmares. And then I was in a club and I did some drugs, and without really thinking about it, now I don't have nightmares, and the snake is really not happy about that. Like, when I was told nightmare, the bad things in the sleep go away, I thought it was a metaphor. I did not realise that was a literal no more nightmares, snake god's gonna be pissed off at me. I just wanted to do some recreational drugs, okay?
You got any more of that?
See, if I point you towards where to get some of that, there's going to be fewer nightmares in the world, and the snake's not going to be happy.
Yes.
So, hey, snake god friend, no, I will not lead you to the no nightmare drugs. You hear that? I did it. And Brilmara is going to try and do one of the spells that is tied to that particular magic, and I'm assuming fail.
What spell are you going to try?
Which one is on my current ban list? Let's go Unseen Servant. That's one that's not going to cause too much chaos if it goes badly.
Cast an Unseen Servant.
Just going to go visible. Sort of just like twinkle the fingers as if like, yes, it's definitely going to appear. No. Any moment now.
It's not going to appear. It's an Unseen Servant.
Well, appear in. Make it self-existent. Does it work?
It's very hard to say. It's invisible.
I ask the invisible servant to shake my hand.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
For a moment, you feel like there might be a touch on your hand, but it's almost immediately gone.
Okay, that's fair.
And you hear a faint hissing somewhere off in the eternal distance.
Okay. Forget I said anything about no nightmares. There's no way to get rid of nightmares. In fact, give me some of your nightmares I could do with some extra. Tell me about terrible... How's about this? We have a slumber party. You tell me about all the terrible things you've ever seen that give you nightmares, and we'll see how my night goes.
Dusty looks disgusted. You're telling me, you selfish bitch, that you're going to make me stare at the faces of my dead fucking family for the rest of my life, on the off chance that you don't have to carry your own fucking backpack, because some god somewhere's lent you half of a shred of some magic.
Pretty much.
Dio will place a hand on Dusty's shoulder.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. That magic at this point is all I've got left. A lot has gone recently. I apologise. I'll leave you to it.
Dusty looks to Dee.
We're tired. Why don't we go lay down?
I'll take first guard.
That's almost taking a guard. It was a moment I was like, is everyone just going to pass out now? That would be bad. Okay. So you all settle down as much as possible on the stone floor, but you've got like blankets and things, little bedrolls to try and soften things up a bit. And the night wears on, being as dark as a cave is, because it doesn't get any darker or lighter. That's just how it be. But after the first 3 hours, who's gonna be relieving Dusty from duty?
He's going to kick Brilmara in the face to wake her up when he gets tired.
Take 1d4 damage.
Thanks. 3 damage.
Ouch.
That is a kick to the face.
That was in fact a kick to the face.
Indeed. An unnecessary one. Brilmara would have taken the next watch.
Oh no, it's the principal. Well, let's get you some nightmares then. Fucking.
See, you'd have thought me saving your life would have earned me at least a little bit, but enjoy your nightmares.
Okay. Brilmara, roll perception.
Perception 8. That's not great. My passive perception is 11.
It's all good. It's all good.
Is it all good?
It's all good.
I don't trust that for some reason.
It's all good. So at the end of your watch, who are you going to turn to for
Let's go D next.
Oh. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your next. Sorry that I've gone off to a bad start with the other one anyway. Sorry. I'll get to bed. I'll try not to piss him off tomorrow.
Dee will give like a half sympathetic look. Dusty's a good boy. He means very well.
Yeah, I realised I was not the most tactful person in the world there. The magic is the only real thing I've got to work for at the moment, so it's been a bit one-tracked mind, and I recognise I was not the most tactful. But, yeah, enjoy the watch.
Wow.
Pigs will keep you company.
I'm sure they will.
Okay. D, let's have a perception check.
Hooray! Oh, amazing.
It's all good. It's all good.
Every time we roll low and you say it's all good,
It's
I get
all
more
good.
concerned
It's
about
all
how not
good.
good it is.
It's all good.
Dee
So,
gets,
Brilmara, you
Dee gets the great idea to just keep one eye open during watch. That way, they can
only
rest.
one eye open during.
They can rest the
During
other
watch.
You
eye.
can rest one eye while
Yeah.
using the other.
Ah, cunning.
Yeah,
Funny.
and then that other eye will be twice as alert.
Twice as alert. Possibly even 3 times as alert.
Thrice.
Who can
Thrice
tell?
as alert.
Thrice
Brilmara
as
settles
alert.
down and just drifting away deep into sleep. And you start to dream. And you find yourself there in front of that cave where you've been before,
Yeah.
where you visit Dendar. And you can see like a wispy, smoky form of Dusty
Okay.
lying on the floor next to you. And there's this sort of thin mist going
Yeah.
off into the cave, being sucked away.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a sort of, like a laughing hiss. And then there's a shout as Dee alerts you to the fact that you're under attack.
Ah.
See? Super alert.
So alert.
I'm assuming this was D had no forewarning, just attack was happening.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone except Brilmara has full hit points again, though.
Hooray.
And
Well, I was kicked. I've gone back to sleep since being kicked in the face.
not enough for a short rest, though, I'm afraid.
No.
No.
Will I have my spell slots restored?
You will have your spell slots restored.
And mirages?
Yeah. Basically, everyone except Brilmara is back to the beginning.
I just have like a boot print
Just-
in my temple.
Yeah, just like maybe slightly bloody nose or something.
There's just like a little bit of dirt with like some tread from where like the sole of the shoe was there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So do we need to jump into initiative?
Let's have an initiative order. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Wouldn't that be something?
18 for Skitata.
Well,
12 for Duster.
I got a 4.
10 for Brilmara.
Brilmara is getting attacked first with a bite.
Me?
Yeah, that's a 24.
That's gonna hit.
Is this out of order of initiative?
This is, yes, because this is a surprise round.
Right, okay.
Okay, how much damage do I take?
Okay, that's 6 damage.
Yep.
Next, we have an attack on Dusty. 23.
That hits.
Oh dear.
5 damage.
Okay.
One more. 22, directed at Skitata.
Well, 22 hits.
6 damage. Okay, now we start initiative. Okay, Skitata, you're up first.
The sort of encampment that we have,
Mm-hmm.
how far away is everyone? What sort of space are we in?
You're pretty close to each other. There's probably not more than 6 feet between any of you. You've got the cart pulled up to one side and the cave wall against the other side, so you've got sort of a natural bottleneck where you are, and there are shadows. Something or other attacking you from the shadows.
Okay.
Something small and bitey.
Skitata is gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
So any object within 20-foot cube and any creature in the area as well. So everything, as far as I can tell, apart from environment, I guess, is outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack rolls against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
Ooh. So then, are any of you going to try and resist it to be more stealthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, spell save DC is 13.
18?
Okay.
Okay, so it's a dex save to resist it.
7. So no.
D is lit up like a unicorn dance party train.
8.
As is Brilmara.
Well, at least our enemies are lit up.
Are they?
Hopefully.
21, 18, 20.
Oh, no. All we have done is make ourselves less stealthy.
Yeah.
And attack prone.
Is that a concentration spell?
Concentration up to a minute.
Is there maybe a benefit in dropping the spell if it means that we are no longer at disadvantage when being attacked at?
You'd have to ask Skitata about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
You, that one. We're glowing and they're not. Can you rectify that?
Sounds like a no.
Yeah, justification for saving your lives is not worth the amusement.
Lovely. Okay, Brilmara, you're getting bitten for 5 points of damage.
Okay.
How's your health looking?
Not the healthiest in the world. I'm alive. I've got 12 left. I don't know how that compares to everyone else's.
Okay, next up is
totals.
Dusty.
If I wanted to attack them, could I? Do I need to roll perception or something?
Sure. You can try swinging in the dark, or you can try and... You could try something else. Move closer to each other, move closer to the shadows. You can roll perception if you want to give that a go.
5, but using the inspiration from getting them good pets from D earlier, with advantage, that turns into an 18 for perception.
Okay, you can just about make out the form of 2 kobolds to one side of you and 1 kobold to the other side, near Brilmara.
Okay. Duster is going to use his bonus action to fly into a rage and then make a Warhammer attack on the nearest kobold.
Okay, that'll be the one that's attacking you. Oh, lovely. Damage?
9.
Oh, wow. So you hear, like, a lot of cracking? Like, a lot of cracking? Imagine someone dropping the entire Encyclopedia Britannica on a roast chicken. From a height of about 30 feet. It's kind of like that. There's sort of popping sounds, and yeah, it doesn't sound good over there.
Very nicely spotted, Dusty.
I quite like that it's the start of his rage. It's just a full backhanded tantrum, and there is, at first, a wall kobold hammer sandwich, but at the end there is merely just a hammer and a wall.
And just this slice of bologna, sadly, just
Yeah.
sliding down the wall. Next up is Brilmara.
Okay, so Brilmara is going to cast Enthrall.
Ooh.
Basically, using some magic and a little bit of dabbing and some distracting words, Brilmara is going to cause creatures of my choice, basically anyone that's not the party, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. 19, 20, 19.
These are some real unbelievably good rolls you're getting there.
Some of the most competent golds.
If they've only got +1.
Yeah, well, they've been getting 19s and 20s all fight. Yeah, all of them avoid it, it's fine.
They're perhaps distracted from the enthralling nature of the fact that their friend just got turned into sandwich meat.
Yeah, so nothing happens. I attempt to draw their attention magically towards myself to protect the rest of the party, and that fails on all of them.
Okay. Still alive, disfigured forever. Limpy the kobold attacks Dusty. 21,
That hits.
6 damage.
That's fine.
Okay, and the other one is going to attack D.
Uh-oh.
22?
Yes.
7.
Ow.
How are you looking?
It's just little 33% of my health. That's okay.
Squishy friend. Okay, back to D.
Ah,
Retribution.
retribution by way of attacking the baloney. My presumption being that would be the one that D has the best visual on.
Yeah, probably. It wheezes when it moves.
Yes. D will draw their mace.
D, that is a swing and a miss.
Just giving them a fighting chance.
Just slightly in front of its face. It looks defiant and just in so much pain. Why is it in so much pain? Skitata!
Okay, can Skitata see them?
Roll perception.
Yeah, 12?
Yeah,
Yeah?
you can just about make the shape out of, well, 2.5 kobolds.
Skitata is gonna... I was gonna say draw his spear, but I don't think you do draw a spear, do you? I guess just wield it. Skitata wields his spear and then attacks the nearest one.
Cool, have at it. Squishy one or the still full health one?
Squishy one.
Squishy it is.
9?
That is not going to hit. Okay, next up we have... this one is going to attack Skitata for 20.
That's it.
I will make it be known every time Skitata has been said this episode, I've been humming Informer
Same.
in my head.
Same. That's 7 damage.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Fucked.
Lovely.
How fucked?
Well, from the way they're rolling, I can take 2 more hits.
Let it be known that this was not D's fault.
Yeah, the watching with one eye strategy really worked.
Yeah.
It did. That's why we have a fighting chance.
I mean, they got a surprise round on us.
Yep.
They could have had 2 surprise rounds on us.
D, comparatively, how is your health looking in terms of numbers of hits you could withstand?
Exactly what Skitata said.
Okay, you're both in a similar position.
Correct.
Okay.
You're about to throw down the power of love.
Mayhaps. Power of love.
It's a curious thing. Make one man weep, make another man sing.
What are both of your max HPs, just out of curiosity?
21.
Oh my god, the same thing.
Okay.
Oh my god, samesies!
Oh my god.
HP buddies!
HP BFF.
Okay. I may ask for a little piece of DM discretion on something when my turn rolls around, but I've got no
You're
idea.
gonna mass cure wounds.
I'll not mass cure wounds.
Okay.
I'm level 4, I don't have mass cure wounds. I wish I had mass cure wounds.
Oh man, D didn't introduce what D can do.
Hopefully we'll get to see what D can do.
D did the thing already.
Apart from
What can D do, though?
What do you do, though?
What do you do, though? What do you do, Dante?
D do dings.
Is Dusty particularly in need of healing at the moment?
No.
Do you want to do a hit on someone?
Does 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Awesome.
Fucking wreck 'em.
Oh, I just
Okay.
discovered upon looking that I can hit up to 2 creatures.
That's more than one.
That is more than one. It would have been very useful in this.
Well, does 7 twice?
7 twice. To the same one or 2 different ones?
2 different.
2 different creatures. So the limpy one and the one next to it. So you take a massive swing and clock the one that you've already damaged in the side of the head as your swing continues, because follow through is important.
Yeah.
And it then clocks another one, which manages to sort of impale the bones of the first one through the second one, kind of pinning it to the wall.
Juicy.
The one that was already injured is now definitely dead. But the other one just looks traumatized. And
Oh, it's about to get more traumatized.
they're going to try and skitter away. So that gives you an attack of opportunity if you want to take another swing at them.
They hit D. Of course I want to take another swing at them. Does 23 hit the 2 that I'm looking at?
Yep, that'll do it.
7 again.
Okay, describe the squelching noise.
One of Dusty's really cool features is, as a cannibal, he gets temporary hit points from anything that he drops to 0. And the way that I flavoured this is he basically turns into whichever limb is nearest. Like, imagine a blender, except instead of blades, it's just very angry sand.
Okay.
So, as he's going back for the swing, there's just gristle and all the bits of the one that he ended.
And this is the character that was like, oh no, I see bad things when I close my eyes.
Now everybody sees bad things with the eyes open.
Well, they're other people's problems that he's causing right now.
So how's your HP looking now? A bit better?
Well, it's only a temporary hit point.
Better than none.
4 of those. So yeah, as this horrible crunching, slattering, blood getting drawn into the dirt that his body's made out of is happening, he's going to reverse his swing, almost like just the start of a figure of 8, almost mockingly graceful, and just try and spear them with the pommel end as it comes back.
Ooh.
Wow.
Delightful. Well, you've killed 2 imps.
Are there any more around?
There is the other one up the other end nearest you.
Aha.
It's looking somewhat concerned
Oh, I can
by what's going on at the other end.
Is it my turn?
It is in fact your turn.
Well, I'm not going to be using my turn to go after that other one. I'm going to use my turn to cure some wounds.
Cure those
which
wounds.
is a magical thing what I can do.
Yes.
Now, it's a touch-based spell, and by the letter of the description it says a creature you touch regain hit points. Can I touch our 2 weakened people in the party?
You're going to double tap.
Can I double tap and split what I roll between the 2 of them? Can I heal them?
allow it.
Yeah, this is
Since
why
there's
I
not
asked,
much else you can do.
asked
I
the
will
DM
allow that.
discretion. I want to give them a little bit each.
Yeah, I'll allow you to do that as you don't have most of your other spells at the moment.
Yeah.
And this is dab wizardry, is it?
This is a little bit of dab wizardry. So I'm doing a good deep dab, but like each of the hands of the dab is touching one of the the 2 party members. So
they're both just off to your left.
6 is the total healed, which is not great, but that's 3 each.
Better than the kick in the bread tray.
Exactly. Each of them gets a little bit of heal.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
There you go. Add 3 health each to your thing.
Perfect.
Okay, the imp is going to try and escape. Does anyone want to take an attack of opportunity?
Can I?
Sure.
I'm trying to see what I can do attack wise right now. Yes, I do have a weapon that's not a magic thing. So
Let me have that mace.
Pardon?
Let me have that mace you got
Yeah,
from
that's
the...
what I'm saying. I've got the mace. I'm just trying to see what damage the mace does. Because here it says 0 bludgeoning. There's the Morning Star, which has a lower attack number, but it does actually have the damage it deals written in here. So I'll use the Morning Star because it's actually got the damage in there.
Hang on, I can look it up. What's the other one? Mace.
Mace. So I'm gonna do an attack of opportunities. We'll roll that first. 11. Does 11 hit?
It does.
Hooray! Let's roll some damage. So after doing that sort of good deep dab to heal, Brilmara turns around with the mace and smacks for 3 damage.
That's pretty impressive.
Giving it a knock to the face and trying to, at the very least, like slow its escape.
There is a clonk. It's knocked sort of off of its run.
Yeah.
D, do you want to take a swipe at it?
Can I cast a spell?
I can allow that.
D would like to command the kobold to return.
Ooh.
This would be wisdom against DC 12.
16.
D is facing a crisis of conscience right now.
Oh no.
These are really wise kobolds.
They failed to persuade a lizard folk and a kobold.
Outside of initiative, 16 is the lowest these kobolds have rolled for anything.
And that kobold is skittering off into the darkness. It had 2 attempts at stopping it, which was technically more than should have been allowed.
At least we gave it a good solid hit to the face.
He gave it a good spanking and ripped up its friends. Dusty, are you hoovering up the remains of the other 2 just to keep the camp clean, or are you going to drop something on Dee's pillow? I don't really know how this works.
Dusty's just gone a few shades sort of darker, but
Slightly more pink.
since they're only temporary, the colour change is already fading. Are we going to get another rest, or are we off?
Do you want to take another rest? You've had 6 hours. So, like, the piggies will be fine to go?
I think it may be best for us to get going. And if everybody's not feeling too well, then I'll take care of everyone.
I think Brilmara would say, because we've still got, a good 6 hours before we get there. Brilmara will go, don't worry, I'll get us back on the road. If you want to sleep in the back of the cart, feel free to get a bit more sleep in. The rest of the party can hopefully get some more rest, even if Brilmara has to stay at these spell slots and health level that she's at now.
Ooh.
Brilmara is at what health level?
12.
Okay. Dee will take a look around and make the judgment call that none of us are fit to be traveling and running that risk. They will cast Prayer of Healing. So it'll take just a little bit, but Dee will cast it while it's
Oh, is it a ritual, is it?
Yes, it is a 10-minute spell.
Aha, so you can do some healing while we're getting going, can you?
Yes.
Cool. Well, then as everyone potters around getting themselves ready, loading things up on the cart, and Brilmara is hitching the piggies up, making sure they've had their breakfast.
Had their extra carrots.
Had their extra carrots for being good, quiet friends. You head on through the tunnels, through Maud Town. Brilmara takes a moment to have like a little glance over at PolyArmoury, Maud Town, and
Memories.
Daru's fried rat.
So many memories. Do I at least still have my collection of little toys and trinkets that came from
They
Daru's?
weren't yours. You have your trinkets.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The
No,
toys
they
weren't
were.
yours, but the trinkets should be on your character sheet.
Yes, they are, yeah.
Does anyone want to stop at Daru's while we're here, or are we good?
Daru's. Let's get some food. Brilmara will 100% be going through the drive-thru whether anyone else wants food or not.
I suppose we don't have a choice.
Well, Dusty's skinted, so I guess not.
This is on Brilmara.
So, everyone going for a meal?
Gluttony meals for all.
Sure.
Would you like a red or a yellow capsule?
I can't remember from season 1 what the difference is. Do they...
Red was dangerous spells,
Aha, yes.
and yellow was mysterious items.
How many of us? There's 4 of us, aren't there?
There are 4 of you.
We get 2 of each.
Is that a decision you're making for the team, or?
Oh, and does anyone have
Yes.
a preference if they have a red or a yellow meal?
I have a preference. If anyone tries to give Skitata a red one, Dusty's just going to veto that.
Dee will agree.
You'd rather give them a mystery.
Okay. So you head to the drive-thru, going through. Hello, can I take your order, please?
Yeah, what have we got back there? What colours do you want?
Yellow.
Dusty?
I'll have a red and a yellow for Skitata. Do not let that mad bastard have a red one.
Okay, we'll have 3 yellows and a red, for the gluttony meals.
Shall I drive round to the next window, please?
And we drive around and collect up our lovely
Yeah.
meals. Yum, yum, yum.
There you go, enjoy your meals, have a nice day. Please don't open the red ones in the drive-thru lane. Okay.
Dusty opens the red one.
In the drive-thru lane.
Like the millimetre after the drive-through lane.
Beautiful. Okay. Right, red. Can you roll me a d20, please?
I got a whole one.
You have a single use of Acid Splash. Do you want to put that on your character sheet somewhere?
Can do.
Okay, so that's the red one dealt with. Who's opening theirs next?
I only opened mine.
A d20, please.
Will I get something as cool as Michael Newt, the Minute Newt? Let's find out. 15. What's 15?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. You open the yellow capsule,
Yeah.
and almost as soon as you do, this small fire starts,
Huh.
and you slap the cap back on. But inside there appeared to be some kind of red slime.
Do I know what the red slime is?
It's some kind of red slime. Can you just stick number 15, slime ball?
Number 15 slime ball.
Yeah, it's basically self-igniting napalm.
Huh.
It'll burn for 10 minutes and do 1d4 damage per turn. Who's next?
I'll open mine.
11. Ooh. You open your capsule, and as you do so, you feel like everything's being sucked in. Like, it's just this powerful vacuum just drawing you in. You slap the cap back on it, and you have a tiny singularity.
Ooh.
Huh.
It has a range of 10 feet, and will last up to 10 minutes.
13.
13. Ah, you have a small red whistle with a dragon on it.
Ooh.
It can be used to scare an enemy or attract a dragon.
Ooh.
That's a dangerous thing for Skitata to have.
Mhm.
Right then, dinner sorted. Are you gonna do anything else or head off?
I think we're just eating on the road heading through town.
Happy
On the
meal.
road again. Okay. It takes most of the rest of the day. You have a brief rest for the pigs at one point. For the most part, the road is pretty quiet and uneventful. Brilmara, at one point, you pass an area that you remember was the way towards where there is a dam blocking the river that runs behind Moortown PolyArmoury.
Yeah, the job that presumably I've been taken off of temporarily due to lack of a team.
Your job is disruption of rival businesses, so I mean that would probably fall under that purview.
Yeah. I imagine I've not been actively working on it recently.
That would be very much up to you, but I will take that you have not been actively working on that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So eventually, after a long ride, you start to trundle into Groybon. It is huge and busy, and there's lights everywhere and the smell of 1,000 different food vendors. There's people selling things here and there, randomly trading things. Then there's like huge department stores like Bumble's. There's the oyster cart rank where all the different carts are kept for if you want to rent a cart for the day. You can see the huge library spire off in the distance. There's like a 2-floor Daru's fried rat. There's people of every single, like pretty much most species. Not much in the way of humans, but pretty much everyone else comes down here. And it's just this huge, beautiful mishmash of all of the people, all of the good people, all of the bad people. Occasionally you'll see like the red armoured mods wandering through. They are basically the police force of this city. And you trundle down a little ramp. You speak to a guard in a little booth who just waves you through. Sort of gives you a cheery wave, knowing it's you, Brilmara. And you are in PolyArmoury head office. I'm going to load off and head up in the elevators. Head up to see the appraisal floor where your former boss works and where the new party's current boss works.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty's going to try and brush himself off and fail miserably.
You cannot brush yourself off because you are the Dusty.
D will assist, even though D knows it's a futile effort.
Taking the lead, Brilmara heads up front and just goes, "Alright, I'm back. They're all in one piece."
Oh, fabulous, Brilmara, you've done a wonderful job. Good to see you back. Not your usual team, is this, no?
No, things did not go ideally, and that all sort of went apart a bit.
Well, none of my business. I mean, the point is, as long as you've done some good work. So, you lots, you've got the hash stone and the item, I take it.
Yes.
Oh, you're going to love this one, boss. So, what were you going to pay us for this one? Because I reckon you're about to increase that number.
I believe the standard rate for you lot is 300 for the retrieval of the item.
Now, what if I told you that we didn't spend a fucking copper of that $3,000 you set us off with?
Oh, that would be very interesting indeed, Dusty. Very interesting indeed.
Well, aren't we just employees of the month then? And Dusty's going to hand over the gold minus 600 and the pointy sword. Does he accept my bullshit?
Okay, so your boss takes the thin pointy sword of Ewemore from you, touches the hash stone with it, and the hash stone will glow and vibrate as it should. He picks it up and sort of looks along the blade, feels the weight of it, and
Oh, yes, this is incredibly fine quality.
at which point the sword pipes up and said, "I never love anybody that treats you like you're ordinary."
Yes, indeed, a very fine sword.
Oh, good, it's pretentious.
Of course, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
Yeah, thinks it's funny.
Ah, yes, the very thin sword that thinks it's funny.
The thin pointy sword of Ewemore, yes?
Yes.
So, did the boss bye-bye bullshit for taking twice regular payment?
Why don't we just say we lost all the gold?
Because you've already said...
Because I intend to keep my job.
I mean, you could have said that you've spent the money on the sword and it would have been fine.
Well, see, I assumed this was a power move of, like, because obviously Dusty was going, like, I think we deserve a raise here, and I thought that was a power move of, well, I'm giving you most of it back, but that little bit that's missing, that's understood to be the fee for having, not even having to spend all your money. Like, I assumed it was a persuasive move of, yeah, this is our cut for getting you the sword free.
Yeah, but it might just turn around and be like, but no, give it.
Yes, that seems to be the genuine sword, so yes, Dusty, I think I will accept the fact that you've just removed 600. Yes, I do like your style. Anyway, go get yourself debriefed. Brilmara, anything from the disruption of adversarial business services? Anything new to report there?
Well, I am lacking in a crew to further pursue what I would like to be working on, which is going after Croak, but obviously not a single person job, that one.
Yes, we have had some more word with regards to Mr. Nestler Croak. Following your last excursion in that department, which of course nobody in this department knows anything about.
Of course not.
Rumour has it that there is a gnome shortage at the moment. We are struggling to get some of our less regularly employed gnomes to come back, since the river has dried up that they used to ply all their trade for travelling down and installing our traps. But also there is the issue that apparently they are rebuilding Croak Manor, which I understand your ex-partner burnt to the ground.
Well, thought-through decisions weren't always their forte.
No, I rather remember that. Well, how did you find working with this lot on the way?
Well, I don't know that they enjoyed working with me, but they're efficient at what they do. They got in the cart when they were told to. They didn't stop and ask questions, even though they had no clue who I was, and I like that style.
Fair enough. We've got a couple of issues at the moment. Obviously, there is the concern about the rebuilding of Croak Manor. Then, of course, there's these fake traps that keep turning up.
Yes.
I think the Knolls have something to do there, and maybe you should be looking into that as well.
Indeed, I think both are things that, given a good team, I could get back onto, and I think we could do all right if they're willing to, come under my wing.
So the boss is going to turn back, or sort of come back across the room to the three of you.
Well, it seems like you've done a wonderful job, and as such, you are going to be on special duties at the moment. We are a little bit short-handed due to a number of issues going on throughout Grybon and the country around, but I'd like you to assist Brilmara in the disruption of adversarial business services department, as there are some concerns that will hopefully fix a number of our local issues.
We would be honoured.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I shall leave you all with Brilmara to give you some idea of what you're up to next.
Thank you very much for joining us.
I have been the mistress of this dungeon. I am Jane Aerith Magnet. I can be found on Twitter and YouTube as Maniac Janiac. I'm on SoundCloud as Jane Aerith Magnet, where you might be listening to this now. I'm also on stonemonkeyradio.blog, where I write things, twitch.tv/Janiac, where I stream on Tuesday and Thursday nights, janiac.redbubble.com, where you can get one of my fantastic t-shirts, and patreon.com/stonedmonkeyradio. As little as $1 a month would be super helpful.
Hi, this is Nick, and you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and stream at the Nick Flair. And if you'd like to read some media analysis and self-reflections that I'm writing, you can follow my blog at storieswithnick.blog.
I'm Laura K. Buzz in pretty much all of the places. Laura K. Buzz on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, that's the one that pays the bills. You can find everything I publish at laurakbuzz.com. That's, freelance stuff, podcasts, videos, written articles, everything ends up there. I've got some books. There's Uncomfortable Labels, which is a book about being gay and trans and on the autism spectrum. It is available now where books are sold. If you want it as an audiobook, it's at laurakbuzzstore.com. There's also Things I Learned from Mario's Butt, which is releasing in October 2020. You can pre-order that now through Unbound. Other than that, I am on Pixel Squirt, which is a video game porn review podcast. I'm on Podquisition, where me, Jim Sterling, and Conrad Zimmerman talk mostly about video games and whether they're perfect or just great, but also a little bit lefty politics. I'm on Dice Funk. I'm on seasons 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's another D&D show. Season 3 is about escaping a rainbow barrier town. Season 4 is about overthrowing capitalism. Season 5 is about space and colonialism. And Season 6, it's about the planes, and we're still sort of working out what the grander themes there are. I think that's everything.
I'm Becky. I can be found as @Becky2ill on Twitter. The last series that we recorded, Badly Designated Heroes, can be found under Curiosity Epidemic on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. We didn't forget to record credits for James, he just doesn't have any social media presence whatsoever.
And we'll see you again sometime. Oh, bye!